Hello and welcome to highlights from the Zambia International Trade Fair. This is the 48th Zambia International Trade Fair, and this year is being observed under the theme Creating Synergies Beyond Borders. And right now I'm at the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission CEEC stand, where I talk to Glenda Masebe, Manager Communications and Public Relations. She's going to tell us more about what CEEC does and why it is important for you to find time to pass through their stand as you come through to the Zambia International Trade Fair right here in Ndola. It's good to have you on this program.
Thank you very much.
So we're here at the stand where you're exhibiting, at the Zambia International Trade Fair. Tell us about CEEC. What is it all about?
Okay, the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission was established by the Zambian government in 2008 through an Act of Parliament, Act number 9 of 2006. The Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission's mandate mainly is to promote broad-based economic empowerment of citizens. We've got some of the supporting mandates, and that is to develop or facilitate the development of sector codes and codes of good practice for economic empowerment. We also do administer the Citizens Economic Empowerment Fund, and we also develop guidelines to ensure that the preferential treatment of targeted citizens and companies tendering for procurement of goods and services from any state institution is actually enhanced. We also promote the development and implementation of employment equity plans by all institutions. Yeah.
Okay. Now, before we talk about how accessible these funds are, you are exhibiting at this year's Zambia International Trade Fair, and right now at your stand where you've displayed a number of things. Maybe before we talk about that, including your corporate philosophy, maybe before we talk about that, I'd like us to go over the vision of CEEC as well as the mission.
All right. Our corporate philosophy, of course, includes the vision, the mission, and the core values. So the CEEC vision is, we want to be a leader in innovative and equitable economic empowerment of citizens. And then the CEEC mission statement is to promote economic empowerment of citizens through ownership of productive assets, skills development, access to finance, preferential procurement, and the fostering of a business and entrepreneurial culture in order to reduce socio-economic inequalities. Then, of course, we've got our core values as the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission. We are governed by about 5 core values, that is teamwork, integrity, accountability, transparent, professionalism. So what do I mean when I say teamwork? When we talk about teamwork, we are loyal and supportive to one another's efforts. And then integrity. I always tell people that you can't afford to work in an institution like the CEEC if you do not have integrity. So we employ high ethical standards as we execute our responsibilities with honesty, reliability, and honor. Then accountability, we are answerable, for every action we take in fulfilling the mandate of our organization. Then transparency is also one of the core values that we execute as CEEC. We discharge our responsibility in an open and fair approach without fear or favor. Then professionalism. We are professional at all times. We conduct ourselves in a manner that reflects a positive image of the commission. And, just the way we go about promoting ourselves. In terms of, I don't know how we've interpreted the theme. Can I go to that?
Yes, which is creating synergies beyond borders.
All right. How has CEEC created synergies beyond borders? We have helped some of our citizens acquire world-class franchises. So you and I probably could have never thought of owning an entity like Subway. But we promoted one of our clients to acquire one top-notch franchise to give them an added advantage over the local competition. So there's one of our clients in Kabwe, Makachombo Investment, who is running Subway now, because we helped them to get the franchise. So we have created that synergy because we know that Subway is not a Zambian brand; it's an international brand. It's an international franchise. So that's how we've created synergy, because we've brought something that is international to the local entity. Yeah, and then in terms of the CEEC preferential procurement, we have also created synergy in this area. Why? Because we've helped SMEs to participate in public procurement of services and goods at an advantage, at an added advantage. Because when you are tendering for a government tender, you need to have this certificate so that it puts you at an added advantage, so that when they're doing the evaluation, they want to know whether you're a Zambian who has a citizen-owned company or a citizen-influenced company or a citizen empowered entity. So we want to promote you. So by doing that, we'll create synergies. How? Obviously, you will probably procure some of the goods not in Zambia. You will go and procure them outside Zambia. So that's the synergy that we create. We make our SMEs probably go to Dubai, go to Russia, go to North America, just to go and procure some of their products and services. And then in terms of technology access, we believe as CEEC, we've also created quite a number of synergies with various countries of the world. You realize that we have helped a lot of SMEs and businesses procure high-tech equipment from all over the world. So if the map that we have here in our stand indicates Zambia and how it has made synergies all over the world. So we've acquired technology, high-tech technology from maybe the SA, from all those areas that you're seeing there. Yeah.
Now, there might be people that are listening to the program and they're thinking, how do I access funds from CEEC? Where do you start from?
All right. The first thing that you need to have is a good business proposal. And, of course, you need to have an entity, a business that is registered with PACRA. And once a business is registered, you obviously need to come to CEEC with that good business proposal of yours. Of course, you must be a Zambian. You attach your registration. And then you come and apply. Then after the application has been done, there's a process, the appraisal system that goes through to just assess you to see whether you are capable or your business proposal is capable of receiving the funds that you are asking for. Yeah.
Okay. Now, from the core values that you gave us earlier on, I noticed you mentioned transparency, and we are living in a country where our government is struggling to fight corruption. How have you been able to work around that?
Okay. Well, transparency, like I mentioned, is one of the core values that we exhibit at the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission. How we are fighting corruption, we've got an integrity committee team that reports into Anti-Corruption Commission, and we work hand in hand with the desk people. We are there to spot any activity of corruption, and quickly we report them to ACC. And also, in order for people not to engage themselves in corrupt activities, what we do is that when someone brings their business proposal, we want to make sure it is as transparent as possible, because it's not upon one person to approve the application later. I think there is a team, there's a committee, independent committee with different people that don't even work for the CEC that sit to evaluate that proposal and see whether it can receive funding or not. Yeah.
Now, the people that have received funding through CEEC, and you have depicted some of their success stories here at the Zambia International Trade Fair. Please just take us over that.
All right. Thanks a lot. We've got quite a number of people that have benefited from the Citizens Economic Empowerment Fund. You may be aware that CEC is not only in Lusaka. We are in all the provincial towns, meaning we are in all the 9 of the 10 provinces of this country. So some of the success stories that we've pitched here are just an iceberg, a tip of an iceberg. I'll run you through some of the ones that we've exhibited here. I'll talk about Evambo Tropicals. Following management buyout at Bata Industry Plant, Evambo Tropicals received financial support from CEC to own the formerly Bata Zambia production plant. So, when Bata was tired of running this plant, they decided, well, we're going to sell it off. But then what was going to happen to the members of staff? They were definitely going to lose employment. But what they did was that they came up as a team and then did a good business proposal, came to the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, asked for funds, and we funded this plant. They bought this plant from Bata. And then we also have No Man's Court. No Man's Court is run by a very powerful woman. I wish she was here. She received funding from CEC to expand the hospitality industry business in this country. So if you look at the beautiful lodge that we've exhibited here, that is one of the top class lodges in this country. She's named her rooms after every country that she's been to. It's very beautiful. And if you come to Lusaka, believe me or not, you enjoy sleeping in that room. And then we've got Motherland Enterprises. They also received funding from CEEC to procure those tracks. He's also doing very fine, and I'm sure he's also contributed to reducing unemployment in this country, because that's the good thing about the CEEC fund. Once they venture into a business that is going to make a lot of sense to the inequality reduction of income, then obviously even the members who are roaming, or the people that are roaming in the street, get employment. Then we have Kalahari Drilling. They also received funding from CEEC to procure high-tech equipment to increase their production capacity. So that's also one of the huge entity in Lusaka to talk about that probably has also made a difference in the construction industry. Then, like I mentioned earlier, Marco Chombo investment in Kabwe. We bought a franchise Subway for them, and they are running Subway right now, and I'm sure he's got more than 20 members of staff that are working for him. So, the fund really, for me, I believe the fund is doing quite a lot. And like I mentioned, these are just some. So each province has got its own success stories. And I'm glad that there are some people that have exhibited on our stand that probably may be able to speak on their own on how they've benefited from the Citizens Economic Empowerment Fund.
Oh, great. I've been talking to Glenda Masere, Manager Communications and Public Relations here at the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission. And just about now, I talked to one of the beneficiaries from the Citizens Empowerment Fund, who's going to share with us her success story. Right now, I'm privileged to talk to Wamba Kamanda, one of the beneficiaries who've benefited from the Citizens Economic Empowerment Fund, and she's going to tell us what she's been able to do from the time she was able to access these funds. It's good to have you on this interview.
Good to see you, yeah. Good morning, people out there. My name is Wamba. I'm one of the youth that benefited from the CEEC funding. I'm currently working with Cleantech, and it's been a good pleasure having been funded by CEEC, because before we knew them, we were actually at a low level, but after we got to know them, we actually got to a higher level internationally. At least we could do some other things that we couldn't do. Like apparently at Cleantech, what we do is that it's a company that deals in cleaning. Apparently, we produce or we manufacture cleaning products. We also do cleaning, household cleaning. We also have a car wash. We do fumigation. But before, we couldn't do all that. But because of the CEEC funding, we managed to do all that. I'd like to advise everyone there to apply for it, because for us, we applied for the funding. It didn't take some time before they could actually acknowledge our application, and we funded the money.
Now, speaking of the process that you went through, how easy was it for you to get this money? You've mentioned that it didn't take very long for you to get access to these monies, but how easy was it?
The good thing is that they have, their staff is really friendly. So what you do is that we went there, we inquired, and they told us what to do. And after we we went through the process, everything went on well.
Now, you are also exhibiting here at the CEEC stand. Just tell us more about the products that you have displayed.
Okay, right now here what I have, all these here are cleaning products. Apart from the products, we also have scorers, as in shining pads. What I have here is toilet bowl cleaner. This one is a scorer, a toilet scorer. It removes out tough scarves in the toilet, like the scarves that you have like around the toilet. Yeah, that's what it does. And I also have multi-clean. It's called multi-purpose. We call it multi-purpose because you can use it anywhere. You can use it for your car, for your towels at home, for your windows, for the bathtub. It makes the bathtub shine, the sinks and all that. Then I also have spirit of salt. Most people are familiar with spirit of salt. Well, this one is quite acidic and it's really effective, as in it removes that tough stains like on the towels, and it removes rust. It also unblocks blocked drainages. Yeah, for septic tanks you can also use this one to reduce the level of dirt there. That's what I have here. Then I also have hand cleaner. For hand cleaner, you can use it for your hands. It's gentle on your hands. It makes them soft, and it makes them smell really good. Then I also have tipo. Tipo is usually used for greasy stuff, like in garages. They use it to clean the floors and all that.
Okay, great. Now, I did hear you mention to youths that might be listening in to come through to CEEC and make their application, and they might eventually get their funding. But maybe just one more time, what would be your appeal as we wrap up this interview to youths out there?
To the youth out there, first of all, I'd like them to know that they don't really have to wait for somebody to employ them. They can actually just come to CEEC and get the funding. Apart from the funding, they'll be empowered because they won't just give you the funding without maybe advising you on how to use the funds. They'll also advise you on that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wamba Commander there, one of the beneficiaries from the CEEC, that's the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission funding. Just about now, we wrap up the interview once more with Glenda Masebe, Manager Communications and Public Relations. So why should people pass through your stand as they come through to the Zambia International Trade Fair?
All right. I would like to encourage people to pass through our stand because they need to get information of what the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission does, because there's been a lot of misconception. There's been a lot of, I don't know what I would say, but a lot of misinformation has gone out there pertaining what we do. So you can only get the truth when you come to this stand. Get to know what it takes for you to get to funding, get to know what we're doing now, get to know about the preferential certificate that you need so much as an SME so that you stand a good chance for you to participate in government tenders. So I would encourage everyone to come so that you understand the intricacies of the CEC.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so if you're a small or medium enterprise, a small business trying to grow big, the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission will be able to give you appropriate advice and maybe subsequently funding to help you grow your business. You're still listening to highlights from the Zambia International Trade Fair. I've been at the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission stand where I was talking to Glenda Masere, Manager Communications and Public Relations. My name is Clotilda Kachenjela. Keep listening.